making the photographs into reality. Pia kuna AI yenye ambayo imekuwa implemented into softwares ambazo photographers they use such as Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Lightroom and etc. So ziko mingi. AI si peke yake imekuja in form of coming up with new images. Imekuja pia in form of kusaidia kazi ya photographers and many other people ikuwe rahisi in processing the images and etc etc. Next one. So the big question ambayo tunaweza kujiuliza is, will AI replace the photographer and the photography industry? So about that, we'll get to know about that through a video ambayo nilishoot last year and it's on my pages too, and I'd like to show it to you. As a, let me play the first video and go on. Value is the regard that something is held to deserve the importance, worth, or useful of something. You know the main meaning. So the value of a product is determined by how much customers are willing to pay for it. And also it's a combination of factors including the quality of the products or services, its features, and how well it meets the customer needs. Value Kiswahili tunaweza sema ni faida. Ni faida gani you are bringing on to the table? What value are you bringing on to the table? And also the customer experience inamaanisha it's the interaction customers have with your company at all stages of the customer journey. How you take your clients all the way kutoka waanze kukudm on Instagram, or they send you an email, or they text you or anything, or they give you a call. How you take them through the whole process up to delivering the images or delivering the deliverables. That's the customer journey. Okay, so how do you add value to your potential clients or customers? So the first thing is by showcasing your best work and reflects your niche and brand. So mara mingi it depends on where you want to specialize into, but mostly on the corporate sides, mara nyingi unapata they usually check out on the websites. Mara nyingi they do not check out on your Instagram stories or something like that. They just look at your website for your portfolio. And also choose a variety of projects that highlight your versatility, quality and experience, including testimonials and reviews, which are very important, by the way, from previous clients to add credibility and social proof. And also don't forget to update your portfolio regularly and share it on your social media platforms and online directories. So it's all about consistency. Once you take new images, you have new content that you have in your catalog, you should always update it on your portfolio so that a client can see and can get to know the new projects that you've been working on recently. And the second way of adding value to your potential clients or customers is by demonstrating a constant mission of improvements. How do you improve your work? It's all about research and continuous, teaching yourself and getting to know new things such as AI, so that you keep on improving your quality of work on your portfolio and any other social media platforms. And also the third way is by providing excellent customer experience. Customer experience is very important to a business, mostly in photography. It's really, really, really important. Once you crush up the customer experience, that's it, umejaribia kazi. So it's very important. So about it is that customer experience is a key factor that can make or break your reputation and referrals as a photographer. So you want to make sure you provide customer service to the final delivery. So this means by being responsive, friendly, respectful, and also helpful. You also have to be clear, honest, and also transparent about your policy, terms, and expectations. So when it comes to policies and expectations, these are attributes ambazo you will talk about them to your client ama your potential client that you are interacting with, ambazo ni kama vile updating your deliverables. Kama unasema I'll deliver 30 edited images, just stick to your words. That's hiyo ni part of the customer experience. So once you get into the industry really good and really deep into it, these are the most important, attributes that you should keep in mind always. So let's go to the next topic, and that is photography niches and how to identify your niche. So the meaning of a niche, kitu cha kwanza ni a niche is a very specific corner of photography that photographers focus, the keyword is focus, on a certain clientele to create very deliberate and stylized images. So this is basically, we have different portraits. Even my portfolio showcases a lot about that. So today I'm going to help you out in identifying your unique niche ambao unaweza pata, how to get to know your niche vizuri and how to embrace it and how to go into it. So as I said, the types of niches zenye ambazo nimetaja ni hizo. Kuna portrait, wedding, kuna wildlife, street, landscape photography, architectural za manyumba, alafu kuna product photography na newborn photography. So a little story ambayo naweza kuwapatia about myself. I got to learn about my niche through weddings. I had a really hard time in finding my niche when I entered into photography. I literally shot everything in the photography industry. See watoto, see couples, see weddings, see everything. You can't be a jack of all trades in photo. Yes, you can, but it's going to be kind of confusion to your clients. So for me, I used to shoot a lot using my phone, and I love shooting during sunset hours. So I used to shoot on my phone jioni ama sunrise. So I loved a lot of nature images. So when I ventured into photography as a profession, I wanted to use what I used to do originally by implementing people in the frame. So what I did, I started shooting models. I took models to one of the locations that I used to love most in photographing using my phone. Alafu, in the process, I used to photograph them during golden hour, ama sunset hours, ama sunrise hours. So I got to learn that a lot. And also I got to curate my ways on how I can edit colors using, Adobe Photoshop and Lightroom. And that's how I got to know my niche. Then I stepped into photography, wedding photography mostly. And the good thing with wedding photography, and I can highly recommend all of you, kama ni photographers and you'd like to take it to the next level as a profession, get into wedding photography. Wedding photography, you'll shoot a lot in there. Kuna portraits, kuna close-ups, kuna product ambao ni hizo rings ambazo utashoot, kuna couples au weddings au newlyweds ambao utashoot. Hiyo it's kind of a couple photo shoot. Kuna watoto watakuwa hapo, you can know how to deal with kids, candid photographs and many others. So after that, then utajichagulia, okay, this area suits me best, let me go for it, or this area suits me best, naweza songa na hiyo. So that's the key, ama ni siri ambayo naweza patia that help me out in finding my niche. Second one is check out what your competitors offer. So you have to scan around your area ama in Mombasa as a whole. What do they offer mostly? Kwa mfano in Mombasa, honestly speaking, as a photographer in 5 years in the industry, most of the people around here shoot a lot of portraits. Commercials, corporates zimesaulika sana. Watu wengi wa Nairobi wanatoka Nairobi, they come and photograph commercials and corporates here in Mombasa. Where are the creatives and photographers in Mombasa? Wamelala, and we have a very huge gap in the commercial and corporate industry in photography. So as something you can step into it, and ni siri ambayo naweza patia ni kwa you can step into commercial and corporates too. You can start photographing well-rounded people, ama you can go approach companies, you can photograph their products. Unaweza waambia tu, I'll take these photographs for free, then I'll give them to you for free. Zikiwapendeza, we can sign a deal, and we can come up with an agreement about how we can run our services and photography etc. The third way is by identifying the problem in your community in relation to photography. That's the gap ambao unafaa kujua to what's missing out in the community as in relation to photography, sorry. Then the fourth way is by describing how your product or service can solve the problem. Alafu the fifth way find ways on how you can solve the problem in a unique way. So for me, I saw Mombasa has a lot of portrait photographers, so they shoot a lot of portraits ndio, lakini how can you stand out of the portrait game in the Mombasa County ama in the photography industry in Mombasa? So I started shooting under sunsets. Now, honestly speaking, I can tell you most of my photographs on my portfolio are shot under sunsets or sunrise conditions most of the time. And most of my clientele ambao wananikujia mimi, they want such conditions. They want me to photograph them under sunrise or sunsets condition, because on my page, I'm on my portfolio, it showcases a lot about that. So that's one way of standing out of the crowd. You can find your own unique, way of curating your work and proceed with it. Alafu after a few times, after a few months, it can pick up. Alafu mambo yakakwendea vizuri in that. Alafu the sixth way is by analyzing the target market, size, growth potential, and competition briefly. And the last way is by starting providing a solution to the community. That is, photographing and, start making money out of the community and out of your clientele. So let's kick into the business of photography. And with me here, I have the elements of a successful photography business. And the first way is by developing a profit-driven business strategy. So to explain this, you can say that one must take a very good look at where one is and what specifically wants to do and determine how it can be done profitably. That is finding out your niche, as we talked earlier. And it's very important to have a clear plan from which to build a brand that will incorporate into all marketing, advertising, and visual representation of the business. So once you get into the photography industry and you want to take it serious, ni kitu ambao unataka ikutilie pesa. Just have a plan on how you're going to go about it. You can follow a professional wenye ambao they have been into the industry for a very long time, so that they can help you out in doing that. And also, that's the first way. And the second way is the quality of product and business image. So in today's pro photographers are competing with everyone, who owns a smartphone, an HD TV, and a home printer. So as you can see, squeeze most of the time, most people wako na simu ambazo ziko well able to photograph really good. That is kama akina iPhone, Samsung, and everything. And as time goes by, they keep on developing kila siku. So it can reach a point where you can question yourself, like, is this going to really make me money wakati simu zinatengezwa zikuwe vizuri, they are competing with cameras. But honestly speaking, from my side, haziwezi outweigh kabisa. Sensor ya camera na sensor ya simu, they are very different. Camera na simu, they are very different. Sensor camera, if you get to see it, ni kubwa kidogo kuliko ya simu. So the megapixels and the quality that comes out of the camera and the phone is very, very different. Unless it's for people who are not serious, wenye ambao, because you can't literally tell me like you will go with your phone and photograph, candid moments and everything in a wedding, alafu you deliver. It doesn't make sense. There is something unique that's in the camera ambao inaifanya kila siku camera bado zinakuwa produce yenye ambao haiko kwenye simu. And that's why cameras still stand out up to date na simu bado zinaendelea kuwa developed. And the third way is by networking the target market. So personal participation in networking groups, art centers, educational programs, country clubs, churches, animal shelters, charities, and other community projects puts you in a front of potential clients on a regular basis. So basically, this is about networking. There are public places ambazo tunaweza enda, we can advertise ourselves, ama we can talk to new potential clients ambao tunaweza interact now. Kwa mfano kwa church, for example, you are portrait and couples photographer. Kwa church, you can get these new couples ambao wameanza kujuana, or probably they start dating, and you can propose to them that you want to photograph them as a couple so that you can build your portfolio. So this is one way of networking and getting to build yourself into the industry pole 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 pole. And the fourth way is creative implementation of incoming technologies. So technologies keep on changing frequently, na kitu cha kwanza ni kama hiyo AI, na kuna many others ambazo zinaendelea kuupdate pole pole. And it's very important to research incoming opportunities, evaluate the possible, monetary benefits for your business, and imagine creative ways of implementing the ones that look promising for your business growth. So ni kama hiyo AI, na kuna nyingi zaidi. So advancement of technology, as it keeps on growing, you should be open-eyed in the photography industry on how you can, take advantage of the advancement in technology, and also, how to earn money through the advancements, through the reputation for quality and services. So you can find ways of servicing clients that make them feel, special during the time they spend with you. And also, this is part of, the customer experience. So ways of making our client feel special during the photography service provision, ni kama venye ambavyo you can come along with extra things in your photo shoots ama photography, sessions. For example, kama uko na portrait session, you can come with even water. That's value that you're bringing to the clients. Si kila photographer ambayo yuko huku Mombasa, and you guys know that Mombasa is very hot, anaweza kuletea client maji au chakula or something, or a snack or something like that. So once you do that, or you do something uniquely ambayo inaweza kuleta value, itakufanya stand out in service provision and the customer experience, hiyo itakufanya stand out of the crowd. Hata kama picha zako si nzuri, clients watakupenda hivyo hivyo, and eventually you keep on, word spread, na you'll keep on getting new clients kila saa. Yeah, so we'll talk about that. So next slide. So let's kick it into the marketing side of photography. So marketing is the activity or business of promoting and selling products or services, including market research and advertising. Marketing is very important in photography and in any other business. It's one of the crucial and very important attributes in the photography industries. Now, any business owners and any businesses. So, the marketing strategies ambazo tuko nazo ni creating a professional website, ambao nimeitaja pale mwanzo. This is very important, mostly to corporates and commercials. They usually look into websites a lot more than social media platforms, because I feel like mara mingi sisi vijana ama mostly social media users, we have this plenty of pressure ambao we want to post, watu wa like or comment and something like that. You want to be updated in everything. But no, kuna watu ambao they do not value that much about, social media. And these people are well-paying clients. Commercials and corporates who are well-paying clients, hawaangalii kuhusu hiyo. So focus on the website mostly. Ndio, you can post on the social media platforms, but let it not be your concentration at all, kabisa. Alafu, optimize your website with search engine optimization strategies. So you can do this by coming up with a Google Maps pin, and also, having different social media platforms such as LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and many other. Ndio mtu akija kukusearch pale, for example, Gilbert Tunje photography ama Gilbert Tunje, all your handles zinatokea tu hapo after the Google, search results imekuja. Produce content that is relevant and related to your area of work. This is very important. We have seen most of the photographers around Mombasa, they're really failing into this. We don't want to come onto your page and see, you posting your kids or you posting foods, vitu ambazo haziko related and photography. We've come to your page, ni biashara jamani. We want to see your work. We want to see what you're doing, your updates, your projects, and etc. That's what we want to see. So most of the people fail into this, lakini this is one of the area ambayo it's very important and very crucial, in the marketing area. So then use social media to promote your work. This we've talked about it. That is, you can, be versatile and also try to be as much as possible in every platform. Mimi niko on LinkedIn, niko Twitter, niko na websites, niko Instagram, niko Facebook. And every time I get to post any new image ama video or anything, I post it across all the platforms. So kuna zenye ambazo you can link them up together like Instagram and Facebook, such a way that when you post on Instagram, automatically post inaingia kwa Facebook. Then kuna hizo zingine sasa you can post them individually. This is very important. And also value networking and pitch with proposals. So this is mostly about the corporate side of the photography industry and the commercial ones. So you can pitch with brands ambazo ziko hapa around Mombasa, companies, and pitching is by going, to you. Okay, the easiest way I can say about pitching is that you can identify a business or a certain company ambayo is existing in Mombasa. Then you try to find out their failures ama their downsides ambazo they are experiencing in relation to photography ama marketing. Then sasa once you do that, try to point out their problems. So when you go to pitch brand with them, just go and tell them, point out their problems, alafu how you can provide a solution to them in relation to photography. And that's how you're going to win up in the commercial and corporate photography, sorry. Alafu get to choose the right partners or team. So for example, me, I have a team of the 2 guys that we came along here with them. And teamwork is a dream work, honestly speaking. Na ni very important when you have a team. You can't work peke yako because this thing is very big na ukifanya peke yako utalemewa, honestly speaking. So most of the photographers ambao I know, like this guy is a videographer too. Yeah, so most of the well-established photographers I know around from Mombasa, even Nairobi and many other countries, they are well-established and well-known because of their team. I can be Gilbert Twinja Photography, but under me, I have Malombo, I have Enoch, I have Joram. Those are part of my team. For example, I can have 2 videographers and one photographer. Ambayo ni mimi as the head photographer, alafu niko na assistant wangu. Then I can have a lighting assistant under it. So with those, wanaweza nisaidia even, for example, I have a wedding. A wedding, it requires a very big team, honestly speaking. Na si kazi ambayo I can do it on my own. Even commercials, you'll need a lighting assistant. You'll need a second photographer if it's possible. You'll need a videographer if your videography services are needed. So a team is very important and it's very crucial in the photography industry. Huwezi tembea peke yako in the photography industry if you don't have a team. So teamwork is dream work siku zote. So any questions out of the session that we had today? I know nimejaribu kuifanya as short as possible. I had notes here but I didn't want to go through them. Yeah, I wanted to make it as short as possible. Ni mchana sai, jua ni kali Mombasa and everything. Sud?
Yes, hi brother, how are you?
I'm good.
Thank you so much. Now, mine is not a question or it's like a topic. Let's take an example of this amateur.
Yeah.
Just take that example. The people who are well established, like you, actually for an amateur trying to get to you, there's a perception that you guys make it so hard for amateurs to reach. I can give you an example. When I was starting out as a photographer, I tried using a
photographer, then I got to see the reality of being a professional photographer. You are getting DMs ndio and everything. Sometimes even mimi mwenyewe I get to forget to respond to them, but once I remember about that, I get back to them. So with the professional photographer, and I know you know that sometimes you can tend to get busy a lot, and also sometimes you can have this team yenye ambao tayari uko nayo ya watu ambao pia wajaribu kuwafunza. So sometimes it's all about you don't have extra room for extra people. So wengine, I don't know, maybe it's attitude and personality, wengine hawezi respond. But mimi honestly speaking, I usually give out opportunities to people. Actually, I'd love to start a workshop, outdoor photography, and it's going to be free. I'm here to launch it up and everyone is welcome. But about the professional photographers and ignoring the upcoming photographers and looking down into them, wengi wao pia ni personality. I came to understand it. Si kila mtu ambaye yuko very welcoming. But the easiest way to deal onto it or dealing onto this is that don't focus mostly into reaching out in professional photographers. If they are not welcoming, then that's okay. Jibuild wewe peke yako. For me, nilijaribu kufika ama to reach out to other photographers when you are well established. That was back in 2019 before COVID kicked in. Then when COVID kicked in, I tried as much as possible, to reach out to other photographers to fanya projects na wao. I didn't do anything. Nilikuwa camera nimenunua mpya, but I don't have anything to photograph for real. But most of them were ignoring me. So I fought my way onto the top. I really fought really hard. So the easiest way ni ujiestablish wewe mwenyewe, then sasa once you reach that level ambayo kila mtu ameona kazi yako, it's really good and everything, then you'll get to see the professional photographers wanaanza kujileta karibu na. So establish yourself really well, then once you are on the top tier, you'll just get yourself into the circle of photographers ambao ni professional. You'd love to work with them. Second way is you can hustle. For me, I went through a lot kupata kamera yangu ya kwanza. That was an Nikon D5300 back in 2019. Nilifanya kazi ya events decoration, nilifanya kazi ya kurepair computers because originally I studied ICT here in Mombasa, and I studied computer engineering on how to repair computers and everything. So I repaired plenty of computers and started saving up and everything. Then after some time nikanunua kamera yangu tu. Then the other way ama the third way you can do it is by, if you have a down payment ama pesa yote kwa bank ama yenye ambayo uko nayo tu, you can just simply reach out to shops that sell photography gears ama cameras in Nairobi. Kuna example kama Robi's Electronics, Viewtime, kuna Mobitech, na ziko mingi, Jacaranta, bla bla bla. Amount of money. What's the possibility of me nipate hii camera? Is it supposed to be a 50% down payment ambao nafaa kuweka, alafu sasa slowly I keep on nimalize hiyo deni ama niaje? Then you can just get into a discussion with them, alafu mkishaelewana you just send the down payment. After that camera wanaweza kukutumia, alafu sasa pesa ukamalizia pole pole. But you need to have a referral. They don't do it to anyone new. Hapana, you need to have a referral, mtu ambaye anajulikana huko. Any other question?
I have two questions. One was about social media. So I'm curious to know how much time you put into social media, especially considering how intensive, especially if you want to do all social media, you want to do TikTok, you want to do, also at the same time, what kind of content variety can you have other than just putting up the photos you have taken? But also you mentioned about networking events and marketing yourself. How would you say are the things you highlight as a photographer? Because I feel like we're usually different. Like we're not selling a product, it's a service, but there are several of us out here. So after you're done with your niche, do you go to specific events? How do you handle it? But also, what would you highlight in such events?
So thank you. On the first question, I can't lie to you. And basically about this is because I get plenty out of time on social media. Hata sometimes pia nalala kuchelewa because of that. Or editing, when I'm editing, simu iko kando, notifications ikiingia, I'm on toes and everything, so that I can be quick and efficient into responding clients and also being updated in the modern world photography. What was the next question again? Networking. Okay, how you go about networking, right? Okay, so networking is not an easy thing, by the way. Networking ni tricky kiasi, but wacha niwapatie siri. Mimi what I used to do most of the time, and I keep on doing most of the time, is I sneak into, I try to have contacts of managers ama our superiors ambao wanafanya kwa hotels. Then they keep on updating me about conferences ambazo zinakuja time after time, time after time, time after time. Then once they've told me that, I prepare myself, naenda huko, I take free photographs kama venye ambavyo wamesema, you take free photographs. So once I do that, I get to meet up with many people, different people kabisa, very different people. Watu wametoka Narok, wanatoka Nandi, wanatoka Nairobi and many other people. So once you meet up with these people, you start, talking to them about the value you can bring onto the table. Sorry. So once you build that relationship and a rapport with the people, with the people you engage with, you get to meet up with them on the conferences and the meetups, hapo ndo kazi zinaanza ku-streamline. Polepole utapata hao watu ambao ulipeana namba zao ama your email ama your business cards wanaanza kukutafuta. Anytime they come to Mombasa, wanakutafuta, or anytime they have a meeting or anything, wanakutafuta. But most of the time I usually try to communicate ama get in touch with the superiors. Mara nyingi hao ndo wanaweza kupatia kazi. Hao subordinates mara nyingi utapata kiasi watakukata away. But that's one way ambao naitumia in networking. The other way it's through the weddings and events zenye ambazo na shoot, ama basically if I'm invited, try to be, usiende hapo tu uende ukajifurahishe and eating and everything. Hapana, try to be communicative and talk about yourself, your brand, and try to show them the images that you have on your portfolio and everything. So hiyo ni njia ingine. And the third way ni kwa most of the time mimi am a communicative person, though sometimes wasipo communicative, it depends, but most of the time I'm communicative. So in any place that I go, ama any area that I go, mara nyingi najaribu tu ku-interact na people. You never know the kind of person you'll get to interact with hapo nje. Wengine ni watu ambao wako na pesa, wengine they have their company, but they live a very simple life ambao hata huwezi jua kabisa. So I hope nimejibu swali yako. Was there another question? Sawa. Sawa. Any other question? So I hope we've all understood what we were talking about today. The customer experience is AI going to replace photography? Not really, it's not, but we should embrace it. Just try to, slowly learn about AI, how to generate new images, and try to get money out of AI. Ni kitu ambacho si ngumu, it's very easy. It's just all about typing prompts into, a website, alafu itakutengezea images. That's it. It's not really complicated. Alafu about value and experience is really important. Always talk value, don't talk price. Client akikufuata mara ya kwanza, for example, for me, if I get a DM on Instagram ama I get an email, most of the time I don't, send a red card first. I tend to ask questions. For example, so it's all about talking value, not the prices. Kuna one saying about a friend of mine is called Jonathan Joroge from Nairobi. He told me that he who gives out the price gives up the power. So once you give out the price first, you give out the power. Because utamfukuza yule client, you never know. Because unaweza tumia red card, then aone hii wedding yangu is for 6 hours, ameniandikia hapa it's 90k. My budget probably is 50k. So shamfukuza yule client, he's going to look for another photographer. Na mind you, ataweza kupata mtu mwingine ambaye atamfanyia nayo 50k or probably 70k akijiongelesha vizuri. So always talk value first. Always talk value first, not the prices. And also the customer experience yenye ambayo tulizungumzia, it's very important. How you treat your clients, how you interact with them, how you communicate with them, it's really, really important. What you do with them during the whole process, it's really important. And that comes into what you wear, uko unaenda photo shoots. Because kama uwezi enda wedding photo shoot, wedding photography, wedding ambao umepewa kazi na short, it makes sense. It won't make sense. Sama na sandals, that's already crashing your brand. It's not okay for the brand. So experience is really, really important. Step by step, from the way client atakutext on your IDM up to the way ambavyo utadeliver your images ama your deliverables is really important. And the third thing we talked about is the photography niches and how to identify your niche. So we talked about many niches, ziko nyingi sana, huwezi maliza, but identifying your niche uniquely tumeitaja pia, and I gave you example of myself and how I got to, identify my unique niche in the portrait and wedding photography. And the fourth way, it was all about the business of photography, how you can interact with your clients, etc., and about the teamwork. And the last thing, it was all about networking, how you can pitch brands, proposals. It's really important. Marketing is very, very important, and it is something really crucial, mostly ukianza kupick up. You need to market yourself a lot. On every social media platform, unafaa tu kuwa present. Just try to be as much as possible active, and keep on posting, updating everything on your platforms. Na kila kitu kitaenda sawa tu. I'm not yet there yet. I'm still in the process pia mimi. I'm a professional, yes, but sijafika mahali nataka. I hope it's going to help you guys. Wenye ambao mngependa ku venture to this thing, itawasaidia in the whole process of becoming a professional photographer. So thank you guys so much, and thank you for being here, and have a nice afternoon. Thank you.